Everyone always says that men are visual creatures, but they're forgetting that women are too, just not in the way that you would think. And there's this whole chatter online right now about the female gaze. Well, I'm gonna reveal 6 secret ways to hack that female gaze, from changes to your hair, your outfit, and even your height, and they take less than 10 minutes to do. And you don't need to be a tall, jacked model, because each of these hacks will bring immediate and noticeable results for any average guy. And yes, I use these myself daily. These hacks are gonna give you an unfair advantage. One of them even increases your dating app matches by 73%. But before we get into them, you have to understand what the female gaze is and what it's not. I remember back in school, I was feeling kind of bored and uninspired, and I decided to switch up my hair. I don't know what got into me, but I grabbed a big tub of gel from like CVS, and I put my hair in spikes that morning before going into class. And as soon as I walked into class, girls looked at me and asked questions about what I did to my hair. It's not like they were negative questions. The girls gave me compliments. They were very interested because no other guy at school was doing that. So I quickly realized that my new hairstyle, it set me apart. It made me look more confident. It made me look more cool. And it's funny because just a few months later, a couple of other guys started to copy that hairstyle because they saw that power that it gave me and they wanted that for themselves. And I didn't know it then, but I stumbled upon a hack that attracts that female gaze. And by doing that, I found something that acted basically like a switch. I could turn women's attention and attraction to me from on to off just by changing something in my appearance, whether it was my hair or outfit or anything. Now, if you go online and you search for the female gaze, there are so many overcomplicated definitions. So I'm gonna keep it simple. The female gaze is about what women actually find attractive, not what men think that women want. You know how some guys think that flexing muscles or flashing a nice watch will get girls' attentions? Well, that's what we call the male gaze. Literally, this is the opposite. It's what women want, but in reality, that's not always true. A lot of times, girls might feel actually turned off by that behavior, even intimidated by that kind of behavior. And this is something that I only figured out after I bought my first really nice watch. I bought a Rolex Submariner to celebrate my 1,000,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I paid like $10,000 for it, right? And I thought for sure women would notice. And to my surprise, 99% of women didn't even know the difference between a $200 watch or my $10,000 Rolex. Only guys would come up to me and ask me, yo, what kind of Rolex is that? When did you buy it? Do you have any other watches? I was literally attracting the male gaze. That's crazy. Now, studies also show that girls are actually into guys who embrace traits that many people mistake to be feminine, like keeping up with your grooming, caring about your style, and having emotional and social awareness. Girls love a mixture of those traits, and they're attracted to your health, to your energy, and of course, your masculinity. But listen, you need to know that not all girls like a square-jawed billionaire or an MMA musclehead, right? Sure, those traits are cool and they can be attracted to women, but obsessing over them because some 18-year-old inexperienced looks-maxing TikToker made a video about it is just a waste of time. And wasting time is exactly what we want to avoid. That's why the first hack is to focus on your hair. I mean, social psychology research literally shows that certain hairstyles can shape first impressions, which is not a surprise at all, right? Studies reveal that guys with a well-groomed hairstyle come off as more confident, more attractive. And a clean-cut hairstyle is a sign of health, good hygiene, and even an eye for detail. It makes you seem more socially presentable, it makes you look more desirable. But how do you pick a hairstyle that, of course, attracts that female gaze, but still feels like you, like you're not trying too hard, you're not trying to show off? And here's where you get tactical. You wanna hop onto Pinterest because most Pinterest users are women, 76% to be exact. That's a high number. So Pinterest isn't just for recipes or DIY projects, it's a goldmine to see what captures that female attention. So first, brainstorm what makes you unique. You know, maybe it's your hair type, the texture, maybe it's your face shape, your hair length. Next, pull up Pinterest, search something like men's hairstyle with, right? And then you add men's hairstyle with your unique features, different textures, curls, waves, whatever. You're gonna be amazed at how many hairstyles pop up that could elevate your look and attract women instead of trying to chase them instead. This is a game changer. It flips the whole script. And I've used this hack so many times. I've changed my hairstyle so many times just to get that attention, just to change it up and get that female gaze. And you know what? It always works. And you've seen it here on YouTube, how many times I've tried different hairstyles, and it always works. Trust me. But look, styling your hair, it's not the only hack that we're gonna talk about today. There's one specific type of outfit that really gets girls' attention. When you think of a high-level man or the CEO of a massive company, you probably visualize him wearing a specific outfit. And I'm guessing it's a suit. That's because suits have been a symbol of masculinity, strength, for as long as I can remember. The only issue with suits is that they can get expensive. Well, not these. These are affordable suits that you can get from Costa. They sponsored today's video so I could show you their collection of fun and affordable suits, which are perfect for the wedding season that's coming ahead. And look, I've promoted other pieces from Costa before, like their polos, which I still wear all the time, like this one here. But it's cool because if you're not really into suits yet and you want to dip your toes in, this is an easy and affordable way to do it. They have different styles, different colorways, different fits, and on top of the crazy prices, they actually let me give you a 30% off coupon if you use my code ALEX03. So when I say they're affordable, I really mean it. And by the way, none of these suits are tailored. These are all off the rack. And for reference, I'm 5'9", 170 pounds, and I'm wearing a size medium. So check out the first link below to get 30% off your order. Have you ever noticed how some guys walk into a room and they immediately command attention, right? It's as if they've got this like invisible force around them. It's like magic, but really, it's actually science. Because research shows that your posture communicates what kind of man you are. And it shows women that you're confident, that you're dominant, or you're weak and submissive, right? Today, we spend a lot of time hunched over our phones, hunched over our computers. This is a big issue. I've had this issue myself. I've had to really work on my posture. And the majority of guys never even realize the unattractive impression that their posture is giving off. They're walking around slouching, rounding their shoulders, keeping their heads down. And you're actually gonna miss chances to stand out and to connect with attractive women because they'll immediately read your body language, they're gonna look at your posture, and they're not gonna like it. It's gonna cost you some points. Now, before you start thinking, great, just another thing to stress over, breathe, because fixing your posture is actually not as tough as it sounds. I've had to do it. There's an easy hack that changes the game, and you can do it right at home. It's super easy, so let me help you. Before you head out next time, try this. Stand with your back against the wall, heels, butt, shoulders, head all touching the wall. Then slide your hands up and down like you're making snow angels. And this is called a wall angel exercise. And it's a quick way to just reset your posture. It trains you to stand tall. It trains you to stand confident. And you just gotta do this maybe once a day. Of course, there's a bunch of other exercises that you should do as well for permanent changes to your posture, like face pulls and working out properly. But look, I need to say this because I've been seeing guys trying really hard and it comes off wrong, and I just gotta get this out. You don't wanna be standing so straight that you look stiff as a board, right? Imagine a fighter doing their entrance walk, but dial it down a little bit. You don't have to go crazy, right? Bring that intensity back by like 20 or 30%. But when you look at them, they look alert, they look ready, they look focused, but still smooth. They look cool. And that's the confident energy that you want, but still chill and approachable. You don't want to look like you're about to fight someone. It's just a walk. Now, there's another female gaze hack that gives you 73% more attention from women when it's paired with good posture. And no, you don't need to be this male model to do it. There are 2 ways to dress that will hack the female gaze and immediately get her attention. And the first one is actually an easy clothing hack. Just changing this outfit slightly. It plays into women's primal instincts. So the same way that men can't help but to be attracted to women with that hourglass shape, it goes both ways. Except for women, it's all about men with a V shape. And research actually shows that a high shoulder to waist ratio screams strength, fertility, top genes. The ideal ratio is about 1.6 to 1. It's actually what people think is the most attractive build worldwide for men. But look, even if you don't have big shoulders and a slim waist, you can still get a V-shaped look with the right clothes. Go for fitted shirts that emphasize your shoulders and that are tight around your waist, or tops that make your shoulders look broader. Basically, get anything that highlights that V shape. It's literally the reason why we made these t-shirts from ASOS with a V taper line on the sides, because those lines, the seam, it accentuates that V shape and it gives you an actual line. You can see it and it comes forward. So these t-shirts are made to make you look more muscular. And we even have new colors now too, which is exciting. So I'm gonna leave a link to all of the colors in all of our t-shirts in the description below. Because when you're wearing them, it immediately enhances that V-shaped look that you wanna go for. Now for the second style, there's a word that will completely change your approach. I don't know if you've ever heard of the word peacocking, but you know how peacocks flash their colorful feathers, right? They grab the female's attention. Well, in our world, honestly, it's kind of the same. Peacocking is when you spice up your look with something that pops so that you stand out. And listen to this, research shows that women find men who wear jewelry more attractive. And a Tinder experiment found that men wearing jewelry got 73% more matches than if they don't wear jewelry. But there's a fine line between looking good or looking like a clown with a bunch of accessories, right? So to keep this hack simple, I like to follow what I call the rule of three. I don't wear more than 3 pieces of jewelry at once ever. For example, a nice watch, a ring, and a necklace. That is enough. Just don't go crazy. But if you do want to go a little above and beyond, if you want to hack that female gaze with peacocking, you can even try something a little crazier, like getting a fake tattoo or something like that. Just don't rely on these fake styles too much. Treat them as something fun, something bold to try on once in a while and just to start a conversation with someone. The number nowadays, I'm below 6 feet as well, so I share your pain. It might still be difficult to stand out. This is why this next hack, it flips everything and it brings you to a whole new level, literally. And look, it's no secret that right now, height is one of the most attractive things that you can have as a man, right? It's one of those just really attractive advantages for a man. And it just shows leadership, it shows confidence, it shows strength. I understand. And as a result, it's a magnet for attraction. And dating apps can be brutal with their whole height filters, right? A couple of inches more, you're subtly in the game, but just because you're not, towering over 6 feet, it doesn't mean that you're out of luck. Look, there's a way that shorter guys can still access this hack. So what do? Well, for starters, of course, get nice shoes that enhance your height, right? A good pair of boots will give you a little boost. And if you don't want to wear boots, try heel inserts, for example, like just slip them into your shoes and watch yourself stand taller. And look, you can say, oh, what? Am I gonna wear high heels? Oh, this is trying too hard. It doesn't matter. And look, yeah, you might get some but honestly, no one's even gonna tell. No one's even gonna be able to see that you're wearing those inserts or that you're wearing boots so that you look a little bit taller. The truth is, what actually matters is that you need to feel confident and you need to get that attention. And then once you get that attention, your personality, your charisma, your storytelling, right? The way that you carry yourself, those are the things that will stick around. So does it matter that you're actually 5'8", but you're 5'10" with the right shoes? Not really. This next hack is something that most men tend to overlook, or I should say overhear, but it's about the sounds that come out of your mouth, because those are just as important. And this study blew me away. Scientists discovered that women not only find men with deep voices more attractive and more powerful, but they also remember what these men said better. They tend to forget what men with high-pitched voices said quicker. That is some crazy shit. But hey, not all of us hit the jackpot, right, with the Morgan Freeman voice. So what's the workaround? What do? It's gonna be a little weird. Bear with me for a second, but there's this quick 2-minute exercise that you can try and it works, right? So after you try it, please leave a comment below and let us all know how it went. So start by closing your mouth and keeping it shut. Now you're gonna hold your nose to prevent any air from coming out, and you make a low humming sound, almost like a groaning sound, very low, for about 1 to 2 seconds. And as you do this, your throat and your mouth will expand and you're gonna feel a little pressure. Once you can't continue humming, breathe out the air in your mouth and take a deep breath in. And you're gonna repeat this 10 times. So what is it? Basically, it's gonna sound a little bit like this. And you do it 10 times. This trains your vocal cords to maintain a lower pitch, but make sure that you're not overdoing this exercise. 1 round is enough to notice your voice getting deeper for that day. Also, make sure that you're breathing deeply into your stomach and drink water, not just when you're talking, but all day, because staying relaxed, staying hydrated, those are the secrets to a deeper, richer tone voice. But there's one final change that might be the most important. In fact, this hack can actually have more impact on the female gaze than everything that I've talked about so far. Have you ever walked past someone and found yourself taking a second look, not because of their appearance, but because of their smell? I do this all the time. You guys know that I love fragrances, so it's no secret that, a scent can be a powerful trigger, right? In fact, scientists have found that our sense of smell is closely linked to memory and emotion. And you know this, right? Because sometimes you wear a fragrance when you're younger and then you stop wearing it and then you wear it again a couple of years later and it reminds you of that chapter of your life. It literally transports you back. It's like a time machine and it activates that memory. And smell triggers those memories even more than some of our other senses. And here's the crazy thing. Studies actually show that a man's smell can actually a lot of times be more attractive than his looks. That's why your fragrance could be basically the deciding factor in hacking that female attraction or not. But let's talk about the elephant in the room here. Some of you might think, how is a single cologne gonna take me from an average guy to a 10 out of 10? And look, I don't want you to think about it that way because yes, if you look homeless or crazy, but smell amazing, women aren't gonna be all over you, right? They're not gonna wanna connect with you. Your scent, it's like the finishing touch, the cherry on top, in the previous hacks that I mentioned. Just like adding the right tie, your shoes, or pocket square to your outfit. So how can you find your perfect fragrance? Well, you start by finding scents that get great responses from women, that you get those compliments, right? And men, again, they can actually wrongly view scents. They can actually give you that male gaze instead of the female gaze. A lot of these manly, leathery fragrances that are really powerful, women tend to not like them as much. These scents can be a little overwhelming, overbearing, they can smell generic sometimes, and they don't really get the women's attention. So to save your time, these are some of my top recommendations, and these have been tried and tested, and trust me, they have the stamp of approval from the female gaze. For younger guys, I highly recommend Abercrombie Fierce. It's not gonna break the bank, it smells amazing, and it's a really great, versatile fragrance. Then you've got Acqua di Gio Profumo. It's masculine, girls love it. You can wear it to the office, you can wear it on a date. I absolutely love that fragrance, and it's also really versatile. We have Versace Dylan Blue, a really nice warm weather fragrance. Even Versace Eros, which became kind of this meme and people make fun of it, but it's a really good fragrance, and women love Versace Eros for whatever reason. These fragrances, alongside the other 5 hacks, these are your ways of pushing the female gaze button. And if you implement all of these changes, you're gonna hit all of those buttons so many times that it'll be impossible for her to ignore you. But now that you've got her attention, what do you need to do next? You need to watch this video right here to find out.